What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Gunna and Young Thug, two artists who once ran side by side but are now clearly on opposite paths. In this video, I'll break down how Gunna managed to bounce back and thrive despite the hate, the snitching accusations, and being cut off by the industry, while Young Thug, even after the excitement of his release from jail, hasn't been able to find his footing. But to really understand, we need to rewind to 2022. That year, Young Thug, Gunna, and over 24 others were caught in Georgia's massive RICO case, accused of running YSL as a criminal organization. Suddenly, their music and affiliations were being used against them in court. Thug stood firm and refused any plea deal, while Gunna, after 8 months in jail and multiple denied bail requests, struck an offered plea deal that got him out early, leaving Thug stuck behind bars. At first, people celebrated his return. Even Meek Mill welcomed him home, and blogs painted it like a win. But that changed fast when court footage surfaced showing Gunna acknowledging YSL as both a label and a gang. From that moment, the narrative flipped. The internet branded him a snitch. Memes went viral mocking him. Meek deleted his support tweet. Suddenly, Gunna was the villain of the story. But here's what most people overlooked. Gunna never testified against Thug, never took the stand in his case, and never mentioned Thug by name. Yet he was treated like the main reason Thug was locked up. Gunna even released a public statement making it clear he hadn't cooperated or planned to testify against anyone. His offered plea meant he wasn't admitting guilt, only that the state had enough evidence to convict. Still, the snitch label stuck, and his industry ties started to crumble. Lil Baby unfollowed him. Lil Durk distanced himself. Even his longtime producer Weezy called him a rat. On paper, Gunna's career looked doomed. But this is where his comeback story began. Instead of chasing interviews or begging for forgiveness, Gunna let his music speak. His first single, Bread and Butter, set the tone, calling out prosecutors, fake friends, and everything he'd been through. Then came A Gift and a Curse, a featureless album that felt raw, focused, and personal. It was Gunna rapping like his career depended on it, and it worked. His single, Fuck You Mean, exploded everywhere. TikTok, radio, clubs, Billboard. Fans shifted from clowning him to supporting him with comments like, "He didn't snitch on me." People began choosing the music over street politics. Gunna's audience grew, not just because of sympathy, but because his songs were undeniable. Meanwhile, Young Thug's story went in the opposite direction. When he walked out of prison in October 2024, the culture erupted. Drake, Nicki, and Travis Scott all showed him love. It felt like a huge win after most people thought he'd be gone for years. But his freedom came with heavy restrictions. 15 years probation, banned from Metro Atlanta for a decade, barred from contacting YSL members, and even forced to give anti-gang talks. Any slip-up could send him back inside. At first, it seemed like he wanted to rebuild. He even asked the court to allow him to work with Gunna again. But within a month, Thug publicly cut ties, tweeting, "Stop acting like we friends on the internet. I don't know you, my guy." That one post erased any hope of reconciliation. And instead of music, Thug leaned into messy social media moments. Subtweets, deleted posts, even shading Kid Cudi during the Diddy case. Fans weren't here for that. They wanted music, not drama. By the time he finally dropped Money on Money with Future, it barely cracked the charts. For someone once considered Atlanta's most influential voice, the fall-off was glaring. Gunna, on the other hand, kept moving differently. He got healthier, lost weight, stayed silent on the drama, and focused on his craft. Even covered his YSL tattoo quietly, signaling a clean break from the past. Every step showed growth, and fans respected it. He turned what could have been a career-ending scandal into a redemption arc. Thug, meanwhile, looked stuck. His bitter tweets, uninspired rollouts, and lack of focus made it seem like the culture was passing him by. Fans wanted the Thug who once set trends, not someone clinging to old beef. Now things are coming full circle. Gunna is teasing the last one, his final project under YSL, a symbolic closing of that chapter. Rumors suggest Thug may try to drop an album around the same time. If that happens, it could be the ultimate face-off. But based on where they both stand, it's clear their trajectories couldn't be more different. Gunna walked out of jail sharper, focused, and ready to prove himself. Thug came out distracted, bitter, and weighed down, literally and figuratively. One is rising, the other is fading. That said, no one doubts Thug's talent. He's still one of the most unique voices in rap, but the pressure is heavier now. Every lyric, every move, every tweet gets dissected. If there's ever a time for him to grow, it's now. And honestly, he could learn from how Gunna handled it. Less internet drama, more music, more focus. Because the culture is moving forward, and if Thug doesn't adjust, he risks getting left behind. But beyond just Gunna and Thug, their stories reflect a bigger shift in hip-hop culture. For years, the idea of street credibility defined careers. Artists lived and died by whether or not they stuck to certain unwritten rules. Being called a snitch was supposed to be career-ending, a scarlet letter no rapper could come back from. Yet, Gunna proved something different. He showed that in 2025, the audience values consistency, good music, and authenticity over the politics of the streets. Fans don't want to sit around dissecting court transcripts. They want songs they can vibe to, tracks that soundtrack their lives. Thug, on the other hand, is stuck wrestling with the old rulebook. His tweets, his bitterness, and his refusal to move past the courtroom optics make it feel like he's fighting a battle fans have already left behind. The truth is, fans no longer care about snitching the way rappers think they do. They care about impact. They care about music that moves them. And right now, Gunna is delivering exactly that. If Thug wants to reclaim his spot, he'll need to reinvent, embrace growth, and show fans he's capable of evolving as much as Gunna has. Because culture doesn't wait. It's always moving forward. And if you don't keep up, it leaves you behind, no matter who you are, how much influence you once had, or what your legacy used to mean. The industry is unforgiving, and today's superstar can easily become tomorrow's memory. So, who do you think comes out on top in this new chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. And remember, it's always about the music, not the mess. Stay tuned, stay locked in, and I'll catch y'all very soon. Keep supporting the artists you love. Keep the conversation going. And as always, thank you for watching.